Illuminati: The Rise and Fall of the Most Secret Society. The 18th century German philosopher Adam Weishaupt had known that his views would one day fuel global conspiracy theories, serve as the basis for best-selling books and blockbuster movies. Weishaupt was descended from Jewish Christians and was born in the city of Ingolstadt in the Electorate of Bavaria in 1748. Bavaria is now a part of modern-day Germany. Youngly orphaned, his learned uncle took care of his schooling and enrolled him in a Jesuit school. Weishaupt had a restless mind from an early age. He devoured books by the most recent French Enlightenment thinkers from his uncle's library when he was a young reader who was very interested in books. Catholic and quite conservative at the time, Bavaria. Not just Weishaupt argued that religious and monarchical institutions suppressed free thought. Weishaupt was married, had a family, and went on to teach natural and canon law at the University of Ingolstadt once he finished his studies. It appeared to be a very typical career, that is, until the Bavarian state learned of his explosive thoughts in 1784. He made the decision to search for another type of illumination, a body of ideas and practices that might be used to fundamentally alter the way European states were administered, after becoming convinced that religious beliefs were no longer an adequate belief system to rule modern communities. During this time, freethinkers had appealing choices because to the steady growth of Freemasonry throughout Europe. Weishaupt first considered becoming a lodge member. Disenchanted with many of the Freemasons' beliefs, he became engrossed with literature exploring esoteric subjects like the mysteries of the seven sages of Memphis and the Kabbalah, and he made the decision to create his own new secret society. Weishaupt claimed that he was not opposed to religion per se, but to how it was upheld and performed. In his writing, he claimed that his way of thinking provided freedom from all religious prejudices, cultivates the social virtues, and animates them by a great, a feasible, and speedy prospect of universal happiness. To do this, a state of liberty and moral equality, free from the barriers which subordination, rank, and riches continually throw in our way, had to be established. In a wooded area close to Ingolstadt on the evening of 1st May 1776, the first Illuminati congregated to establish the order. 5 men were surrounded by torchlight. In that location, the guidelines for the order's rules were developed. All future applicants for admittance were required to have the membership's approval, to be well respected, to have a solid network of family and friends, and to be wealthy. The Illuminati wanted to make fundamental changes in society. Some of the radical agenda of the Illuminati or goals were elimination of all imposed governments. Private property is no longer allowed. Inheritance is no longer allowed. Eliminating patriotism. An end to families. Society should raise children. Abolition of religion. In the beginning, there were initially 3 categories of membership in the order: novices, minervals, and enlightened minervals. The term minerval was a reference to the Roman goddess of wisdom, Minerva, and it expressed the order's mission to disseminate real knowledge, or illumination, about how society and the state may be reformed. Weishaupt's secret society expanded significantly over the ensuing years, probably reaching 600 members by 1782. They included notable figures like Adolf Freiherr-Nege was one of the most effective recruiter for the Illuminati. The membership of the Illuminati eventually grew beyond Weishaupt's students to include noblemen, politicians, physicians, lawyers, and judges, as well as intellectuals and some notable authors, such as Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. The Illuminati had between 2,000 and 3,000 members by the end of year 1784. But the order's rise to the top of Bavarian power would soon come to an end due to both internal and external pressures. Nige was ultimately compelled to leave the society as a result of Weishaupt and Nige's quarrel over the goals and practices of the organization. At the same time, Joseph Utzschneider, another ex-member, allegedly revealed information about this most secret of clubs in a letter to the Grand Duchess of Bavaria. There were some lies among the revelations. Utzschneider claimed that the Illuminati held views on religion that were foolish, should be poisoned, and that suicide was acceptable. Additionally, he asserted that the Illuminati was collaborating with Austria to plot against Bavaria. The Duke Elector of Bavaria, after receiving a warning from his wife, issued an order in June 1784 outlawing the formation of any organization that had not been previously approved by law. The Illuminati initially believed that they would not be directly impacted by this general ban. But in March 1785, less than a year later, the Bavarian sovereign issued a second edict that specifically forbade the directive. When arresting members, the Bavarian police discovered highly incriminating papers, including defenses of suicide and atheism, a scheme to establish a female branch of the organization, recipes for invisible ink, and guidelines for performing abortions. The Bavarian authorities' discovery of secret papers revealed valuable information about the Illuminati rituals. The order was charged with plotting against religion and the state on the basis of the evidence. The third decree, which was issued by the Duke Elector in August 1787, reiterated the order's prohibition and stipulated that membership in it would result in death. Weishaupt was fired from his position and expelled from the University of Ingolstadt. He spent the remainder of his life in Gotha, Saxony, where he was a philosophy professor at Göttingen University. The Bavarian state believed that the Illuminati being dismantled. However, their legacy has persisted and continues to feed several conspiracy theories. Weishaupt was erroneously charged with being a part of the French Revolution plan and the Battle of Waterloo. Illuminati were also blamed for the murder of John F. Kennedy. Weishaupt wrote 4 books on the Illuminati over a 3-year period while in exile. They were a complete history of the persecutions of the Illuminati in Bavaria in 1785, a picture of Illuminism in 1786, an apology for the Illuminati in 1786, and an improved system of Illuminism in 1787. Popular fiction works like Umberto Eco's Foucault's Pendulum and Dan Brown's Angels and Demons have both been affected by Weishaupt's views. Weishaupt died in Gotha, Germany, on 18 November 1830. Even though his organization was abolished, Weishaupt may be best remembered for his theory that hidden societies continue to operate in the background, wielding influence. A number of contemporary and current fraternal organizations publicly utilize the name Illuminati and assert that they are descendants of the original Bavarian Illuminati. Some of these organizations are called something similar to the Illuminati Order or something similar, while some organizations, like the Ordo Templi Orientis, have Illuminati as a rank within their organization.